Once upon a time there lived a man named Alex. He was a poor man who earned to live a wealthy life. He did many miscellaneous works in construction and paid for that. Alex had a big family to feed and he is the eldest son in the family. He has a father, mother, one little brother and two sisters. His brother is only 10 years old, so he's not much help to earn money. And his two sisters also work in construction and get paid for that. His father has poor health and his mother had no time to work because she is the one take care of her husband and housework. Alex wanted to enjoy a rich, wealthy life, but the money he earns immediately spent to take care of his father's medical bills and for the food of his family. There is nothing for Alex to save the money to start a construction business which he is good at. One day, Alex decided to leave his family and village for his ambitions. He wanted to tell them that he will leave in coming days to start a business. He wanted his family to bear the suffering and promised them he will return to them after he is successful. Until then he wanted them to wait for him. His family also decided to let him go. After that, Alex left his family and village to start a new life and also want to successful and want to return to his family. He went to a big city to start his construction company. But his expectations were shattered by the reality of the city. Every expenses cost double or triple the amount of expenses in village. But he earned more money than the village. But he also spent money like water. Because Alex started to live a life of luxury in the city and spend the money without thinking about his ambitions and why he came to the city. After 2 years of time, Alex started to think about his family. His heart felt so lonely in that time. That's when he thinks why he came to the city and how idiotic he is in the past 2 years. He started to save the money to start a business. In next 2 years, he worked so hard that he had no time to sleep and earned a considerable amount of money to start a construction business. Then he pitched customers by using his connections of 4 years in the city. After another 2 years, he became a reputable businessman in the city. Not in the level of millionaires but near to their level. In that time, one girl approached him and supported him to arrange a big business deal. Then the two of them became friends and soon again two of them started to date each other. Alex thinks he got a good girl to marry and thought he was a lucky man to have her. But he doesn't know that girl is sent by his competitors and want to make him a deal that goes bankrupt. Without knowing this, Alex spent most of the money on her to buy presents and jewels for her. He didn't even think about his family until one day. He got a call from the company and they told him his business got bankrupted by the business deal. He suddenly felt his heart is twisting and his mind is collapsing. Then the first one he called after that was his girlfriend and said the bankruptcy to her. She laughed so loudly. Alex got confused by her sudden behavior. Alex asked her, "Why are you laughing for this serious matter?" She told him everything, why she was acting like to love him and how he got fooled by her to make a business deal that will go bankrupt. He sat on a chair with his hand held in his heart. He didn't cry because it's overwhelmed him that he forgot to cry. After she cut contact with him, Alex criticized his own inability to not find her acting and fooled by her. After that, Alex always drinks and spent the remaining money that he had. 1 year passed and suddenly someone knocked the door. Alex opened the door and shocked to see a familiar face. Yes, that's his brother who came to see him. His brother didn't ask anything and told him how his sisters got married and somehow they managed to improve his father's health. Now, his family in the village is somewhat stable enough to feed themselves without worrying about food. His brother convinced Alex to come to the village back. Alex and his brother came home and his father and mother and sisters also came to see him. He felt relieved after seeing them. His heart felt so light after seeing their faces. He realized how big of a fool he is and started to cry out his heart in the first time after 1 year of his business going bankrupt. His family members heard his story and encouraged him. He is a successful man, that's why others got jealous and fooled him. After some time, one girl eagerly waiting to see him standing in the front door. He suddenly remembered his friend, that is a girl who he was very close in the village. He forgot to say anything to her because of his curiosity to get to the city. But she asked him nothing about that and cheered him up. That he is the most handsome man in the world. Alex laughed aloud first time after 5 years. She asked Alex, "Will you want to marry me?" Alex didn't know what to do because of her sudden proposal. Alex said to her, he had nothing to give her. "I didn't think about you or my family members when I'm living well in the city. But why are you all taking care of me when I have nothing?" She gently pat his head and said, "Because you are there and my family." Alex hugged her and cried again to his heart content. But this time he cried happily. And Alex got married to her and started to live a happy life. After some time, his wife asked him to start a business in his hometown. But he don't want to start the business because he don't want to experience it again. But his wife and his family members encouraged him. This time he decided to get back 10 times, no 100 times what he lost. And his family and wife also joined to start the business. His business boomed faster than in the city, and in less than 2 years he got more than he earned in the city, and after some years, Alex became a successful businessman in the entire country. He decided to make his story a biography for others who wanted to become successful like him, and also to make sure he created an awareness of how cruel the world is. His wife get him a coffee when he wrote his biography. He smiled and get his coffee from his wife and take a sip. He felt that his heart is in heaven. He thinks himself, Alex's lonely heart is not lonely anymore. Everyone wanted to become successful in their life. But they forgot his family and lost the luxury in this world. for them. This biography of Alex will be a slap to wake them and encourage them to move forward with their family. The lonely heart will never be successful. Every successful man has something to lean on and their hearts are not lonely. Thank you for reading the story The Lonely Heart. If you are interested in reading stories, this will definitely help you to improve your reading skills and also you don't get bored by doing it. Because you do what you like by reading a story and also get to improve your skills in English. Get two benefits by doing one thing. Thank you. The end.